Hey, what's up everybody? Sunday, February 15th, 2015. I just got done doing a couple of touch-up paint spots on this box that I built along the left-hand side of the driver's side of the van. Caulked around the edges and painted all my screws and all my holes and filled them with caulking or whatever. I still got some wet paint up there. You can probably tell it's a little bit shinier than the rest of it. And anyway, spent most of the day yesterday building this box. I know it doesn't look like much, but it sure took me a long time to do. I was going to build that down about twice the depth that it actually is and make that a storage all the way down the edge there, but what I ended up doing is I couldn't come up with a way to deal with these windows. If I'd have come down another 4 inches or so, how was I going to finish that off and deal with these windows? So here's what I actually ended up doing. Screwed it right up against the edge, a lip there, so it screws don't penetrate the exterior wall. And here's where you can kind of see there's like a lip right there. Put those screws right in there, and nothing penetrated the outer edge. And that sealed it off. I ran a piece of that carpet stuff, 1-inch piece, about the width of that little lip that this is screwed into, right all the way across, all the way down the edge, so no air drafts come down, leaking down through there. Anyway, and also so I don't get any squeaks when I'm going down the road. Squeaks drive me nuts, so I'm pretty picky about that kind of thing. So anyway, it doesn't end up being storage, but what's going to happen is I didn't want to cut down. Also, I didn't want to cut down any deeper into the headroom because there is no headroom. And I thought if I go down there with a big shelf, I'll probably be hitting my head on that thing all the time. So that ended up being, I think it's pretty close to 3 inches. But it covers up all of the factory wiring that runs down the side of that wall. And that way I could clean it up real nice and make it look halfway decent. Covers up that wiring. It's all insulated. And what I'm going to do, I left the end of it open. I left the back end of it open also. Eventually that's going to have a cap put on the end of it there. But I left it open because I ordered some small RV type LED lights, and I'm going to end up putting at least one, maybe halfway down or just above the wheel well there on the bottom side, maybe even on the inside, I don't know. Something to do with that box. I'm going to mount those LED lights. So I'm going to run the wires back down through there, and I wanted to leave it open so I can get those wires ran. And then this side, I think I'm going to leave this side the way it is. I don't think I'll build a box. We'll see. My plan changes daily, so whenever I start working on part of this project, I always end up coming up with an idea about how to do something else a little different, or change this, or I don't want to do it like that anymore. And it's continuously evolving into what you're seeing. But the roof inside, insulation and paneling is basically finished. Let me lean back. I'll show you how this finished off up here on the front. I put that little piece I said I was going to do just back to the box. So that completes the front edge. And rounded the corners so it fits a little bit better with the stock headliner there. And I like it. I think it came out pretty decent. I couldn't decide if I wanted to paint all these screws because that was kind of a pain, but I think I like it better with them painted, so I'm glad I did it. And then eventually, this may be the next project, I'm not sure. You can see the top of the seat here and how much room I have from there to the box. This seat is just about as far back as it's going to go, so right in here somewhere, I'm going to, I don't know if I want to do a curtain rod or if I want to build a bulkhead. I was thinking a bulkhead because then I'd probably mount a TV to the back side of it. But again, I still haven't completely decided how I'm gonna deal with that. And then for these windows, my latest idea is I'm gonna build the bed and everything, and then cabinets up to the bottom of the windowsill, and probably come out with about a 1 foot, maybe 14-inch kind of a windowsill or a shelf along the bottom of these windows. And this window opens, so I want to be able to access the opener. And then what I thought what I would do is mount a cord all the way along this window, and then a cord all the way along the top of that counter on the bottom, all the way across there, and have someone make me some blackout curtains so they're kind of pulled tight, they won't flop around, and then I can slide them up and down those cords and open up part or all the windows, or scoot them all to one side, or scoot them all the way off of this window so I can open it and let fresh air come in. And on the other side, the front window on this front door opens as well. And then of course I have the ceiling fan, or the fantastic fan back there. And then kind of the same concept over here on this side. That's what I'm thinking about doing now, but I want blackout shades or curtains, but I also want them to be thermal, because there's a lot of windows in this van, and it doesn't matter how much I insulate the ceiling or the floor or the walls. If I don't get some sort of an insulation over these windows for like nighttime, then all that other insulation work is kind of for naught. So anyway, that's the plan at the moment. We'll see how it goes. I ordered up some electronic items, connectors, wire, and some items like that, so I can kind of get this all wired up back here. I bought a small fuse block, and I'm going to run all the wires up through that for this side of the van. And then I'm probably going to end up, instead of going up underneath the ceiling, which I considered doing, I think what I'm going to actually do is back in that corner is where I plan on having most, if not all, of the electronic hookups and wires and all that stuff. So I'm going to run it underneath the flooring, which is pretty simple. I can lift up the back, and I got about 3 feet there to lift up and run the wire across from the back of this wheel well is where it's going to go down underneath, and then across, and then come out up behind this wheel well underneath the flooring, at least for the main wire to carry 12 volts over to that side of the van, and then I'll go up, and I don't know, whatever. I don't know what I'm going to do up there yet. I may not have any 12 volt accessories on that side of the van, so it may not be an issue. Anyway, I got some wire and some connectors and that block I said, so we'll get some of that wired in and finally get that solar down in here and wire it in. I have a 110 volt, I can't remember the name of the darn thing, but it's like a little college dorm freezer. I really debated about putting that in here or not. I think once it's cooled down, it pulls about 30 watts. I think it's pretty low usage, but it's still 110. So then I'm going to have my inverter connected, and that pulls a little bit of juice as well. And we'll see. I'm going to plug the thing all in and hook it up, and and then just run a couple days worth of test on the thing and see how it works, or see how much juice it pulls. If it ends up pulling too much, I probably will not put it in here, but I'd kind of like to put it in. That's kind of why I went with 200 watts of solar on the roof. I thought that'd be enough to drive it, and then just charging cell phones, a few LED lights, and potentially a TV. But that could add up to a lot of electricity as far as a battery and solar system's concerned. But we'll see. I need to do some more testing on the equipment and run some tests and see how much usage it actually uses, and then make that decision after that. So anyway, I go ahead and cut this off, but that's what I got done so far. It's amazing how it doesn't seem like very much, but I pretty much built on that thing all day yesterday. I'll show you some pictures of how I put it together. Most of my time, I guess, was spent scratching my head trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to go about building that thing out, and whether to put cabinets up there or not. I couldn't figure that out. It took me quite a while to make a decision on it. But it's coming along. So enjoy the slideshow, and thanks for watching. Oh yeah, one other thing before I cut loose. Creeping up on 70 subscribers, and it really just blows my mind. I think it's awesome. I really appreciate everyone that's subscribed to my channel and takes the time out of your busy lives to watch my videos. Just some ordinary dude building a camper van, and you know, nothing special when it comes to that. There's hundreds of videos on YouTube about that, and I'm just honored and very happy that you guys take the time to watch my videos. So I hope you're enjoying them. If you have any comments or suggestions or anything like that, certainly feel free to put them on the videos. I read that stuff, and I appreciate all the feedback. All right, guys. So long.